TomoNews presents Giant Animals.
Monster-sized alligator roams Florida golf course. It looks like a scene out of Jurassic Park. A reptile so massive in size it couldn't possibly be real. But believe it or not, it is. The man who captured it on tape, golfer Charles Helms, was putting around Buffalo Creek Golf Course in Florida when he and his buddy caught sight of the gator, which they estimate to have been about 15 feet in length.
I think that's two guys in an alligator suit.
Helms posted this video to Facebook on May 25th. The men tried to get as close to it as possible to show just how huge the gator was. But while it's an eye-opening sight to most, the staff at the golf course claimed this big lug's been around for a long time and doesn't seem to disturb the peace. One employee reportedly said he's more like a mascot for the golf course. By the looks of him, he's probably pretty old and has been eating well throughout his life. Healthy male American alligators in Florida have been known to reach sizes of roughly 15 feet in length and weigh in at close to 1,000 pounds. No one at the course is worried about him, but if you spot him, it still couldn't hurt to keep some distance when taking gator selfies.
Parents mistake tick infection for a mole. In Hunan, central China, parents of a 2-year-old girl were horrified to watch doctors pull a large tick out from under their child's scalp. The mother of the little girl noticed the dark spot and assumed it was a mole, but then the skin around the edges of the mole started to get red and irritated. When doctors saw the red irritable bump, they realized it was a tick. So with a pair of tweezers, they removed a large, well-fed tick from the little girl's head. The parents were shocked and confused as to where their toddler could have picked up the miniature blood-sucking monster. Ticks are small arachnoids who are ectoparasite, meaning they must feed on blood in order to survive. The best way to remove an adult tick is mechanically, to avoid leaving behind mouth parts or to avoid causing regurgitation of infective fluids into the wound. The bite should be thoroughly cleaned after each removal.
Rare basking shark caught off Australian coast. A rare 21-foot-long basking shark was caught near Portland, in the southwest of the Australian state of Victoria, on Sunday. Fishermen found the dead sea giant in their nets and alerted the Melbourne Museum. The shark was so huge, scientists needed a crane to lift it out of the boat. As very little is known about these sharks, the museum was thrilled to add the rare specimen to its collection and get an insight into the shark's hidden lives. Researchers took tissue and vertebrae samples from the animal and looked at its stomach's contents to learn more about its diet and genetics. The basking shark is the second biggest fish after the whale shark, and adults can grow up to 40 feet. They aren't, however, very shark-looking, in that they have thin, weak jaws and tiny teeth. They're also slow and eat tiny plankton and jellyfish. Their name comes from their tendency to spend time near the surface of the water, basking in the sun. It's been about 80 years since one was last caught, which is kind of cool. They don't have many natural predators, but have recently become appealing prey for the medicinal benefits their large fins are believed to have in some East Asian cultures.
Asian giant hornets are one of the world's most venomous insects and should not be messed with. With a strong El Niño in 2016, parts of Asia may have more to worry about as the extreme heat may bring about more aggressive attacks from the world's biggest hornet. Asian giant hornets, native to East and Southeast Asia, are about 4 to 5 centimeters long, with roughly 1 centimeter long stingers. The Vespa mandarinia tend to target bees, but have been known to attack humans when disturbed. They're able to travel up to 100 kilometers at speeds of 40 kilometers an hour, much faster than a person can run. In 2013, 42 people died and more than 1,000 others were injured after a vicious spate of attacks by Asian giant hornets in China's Shanxi province. Hornets sting their victims repeatedly, releasing a potent venom containing 8 different chemicals that attract more hornets to the victim, potentially causing anaphylactic shock and renal failure. Experts advise that the best way to be safe is to steer clear of any nests, which are often located underground or in tree stumps.
Australian woman wakes up to find huge python in her bedroom. This video has gone viral online after an Australian woman posted it to Facebook. Queensland woman Trina Hibbard, a resident of Mission Beach, apparently woke up one day to find this 5-meter-long python in her bedroom. She affectionately named it Monty, you know, after Monty Python. According to Hibbard, she's pretty sure Monty has been around for a while and has been living in her roof. She says he used to slither down to the pool area for some food and water, and then slither back up just before sunrise. Which she seemed okay with until she woke up one day to find Monty chillin' inside her bedroom. To give you an idea of just how big Monty the 5-meter python is, that's about the length of 5 baseball bats lined up end to end. Meaning his full length could stretch out from the bedroom and into the hallway. Somehow, Hibbert managed to lock the entire snake in the bedroom while she got help. Her post says she's pretty happy the python has been dealt with, as according to the snake catcher, Monty was a kangaroo killer. So basically, Hibbert is probably lucky to be alive. Big Bunny dies after United Airlines flight. United Airlines is facing more PR problems after this humongous rabbit died while traveling with the airline from England to the US. The 10-month-old, 3-foot-long continental giant rabbit called Simon was expected to grow up to become the biggest bunny in the world. But owner Annette Edwards is now demanding compensation from United and the return of the rabbit's corpse to the UK for an autopsy. United insists Simon was alive and hopping when he was taken off the flight in Chicago on April 19th, and there was definitely no need to ask, "Hey, what's up, Doc?" An airline spokesman said the giant rabbit appeared healthy and showed no signs of distress upon landing. Simon went to sleep in a pet facility run by the airline, but 30 minutes later, an employee opened his cage and found the rabbit dead. The spokesman said the airline had offered to perform a necropsy on the rabbit, free of charge, but Edwards declined. Rabbit breeder Edwards said Simon was expected to grow to be the world's biggest bunny, after his father Darius grew to a length of 4 feet 4 inches. Edwards said Simon had a veterinary checkup just 3 hours before takeoff from London's Heathrow Airport and was as fit as a fiddle. United said they have offered compensation to Simon's buyer in the States. The airline said it was saddened to hear of the giant bunny's death and was investigating the incident.
Scientists dissect one of the world's largest squids ever found. In December last year, a colossal squid was captured near Antarctica by a fishing vessel from New Zealand. The squid was dissected on Tuesday in a live webcast by scientists at the Auckland University of Technology. It was previously believed that the squid was male, but scientists discovered it was female and found thousands of eggs like these in her mantle. The colossal squid was captured last December, about 1.6 kilometers beneath the surface in Antarctica's remote Ross Sea by New Zealand fishing vessel the Sand Aspiring. It was placed in frozen storage on the ship and later transferred to the Te Papa Museum in Wellington. The squid measures 3.5 meters in length. Each of its 8 arms are about 1 meter long. Its tentacles were damaged during capture, but both are believed to have been about 2 meters long. Its intact eyeballs are the size of dinner plates. This is one of its lenses. The squid weighed 350 kilograms. Scientists obtained most colossal squid specimens from Patagonian toothfish lines or in the guts of their predators, the sperm whale. Colossal squids use their beaks to catch toothfishes, one of the largest fish species in Antarctica. The tentacles have hooks, some of which have 3 prongs and some of which can swivel.
The land of IKEA now has something new, Ratzilla. Thanks to the food waste generated by city dwellers, rats are now a major problem in the land of IKEA. We meant Sweden. Just last month, a woman named Martina Gustafsson spotted 2 birds fighting over something unusually big at a park in Gothenburg. Gustafsson told Sweden's SVT that she first thought it was a rabbit, but turns out it was a giant rat. My, would you just look at that. A pest control expert in Gothenburg later told SVT that he suspected the giant rodent to be about 10 inches long, and it's normal for brown rats. Well, this giant fellow certainly isn't the first find in Ratland. In 2014, a Swedish family in Solna, Sweden, rose to national fame after catching a giant rat with a rat trap. Oh, and the rodent survived.
Japanese fisherman lands monster fish. Japanese fisherman Hiroki Hirasaka captured a gigantic fish in the waters off northern Japan near eastern Russia. Hirasaka set off last month on a fishing tour around Shiratoko Peninsula of Japan's northern island of Hokkaido, where wolffish live near the seafloor, 50 to 100 meters below water surface. The species normally grows up to 1.2 meters in length, but the beast Hirasaka reeled in was nearly 2 meters long. The photo of the massive fish went viral globally after Hirasaka posted it to Twitter. It was worth flying to Shiratoko twice in 3 months, and this guy is absolutely awesome, said Hirasaka. Some people threw out the idea that the size of the freakishly large catch might be the result of radiation from the 2011 Fukushima nuclear disaster. So what's happened after that picture? Hirosaka said he grilled the fish and ate it.
Struth, mate! This one's a ripper! Photos of a celebrity animal expert posing next to a gigantic crocodile have sparked debate online, with some complaining about how the beast was treated. Chopper pilot Matt Wright posted the photos to Facebook on Saturday after tracking the croc down in Australia's wild Northern Territory. Wright is the star of the National Geographic show Outback Wrangler, but off-screen he makes a living out of relocating dangerous problem animals, like crocs. And with this monster weighing in at an estimated 1,700 pounds, it's easy to imagine the kind of problems he could cause. But some people complained Wright used too much duct tape to clamp the giant croc's jaws shut. Others defended the practice, saying the Outback Wrangler was keeping the community and the croc safe. As one commenter pointed out, most crocs are relocated because they've previously clashed with humans or livestock. So if good people don't relocate the croc, some redneck will probably just shoot it. And don't forget, at least 2 people have been killed in Australia this year in suspected crocodile attacks. Guy from Thailand shows off his giant millipede and we are not impressed. Oh, look, he has 2 of these disgusting creatures. Seriously, what kind of person keeps giant millipedes as pets? They're like combinations of really long cockroaches and wriggling turds. Okay, prepare to be unamazed. Watch as the dude stretches the grotesque thing out into what's universally accepted as the most erotic position for millipedes. That was hot like your grandma in a thong. Considering the shape and size of that thing, could the owner be compensating for some inadequacy? We wonder how many times he's scored with a pickup line, "Hey babe, wanna come over and check out my massive millipede?" It just doesn't work, does it? Giant millipedes belong in nightmares, dude. Get rid of that thing, now! Jeebus, that's gross. Giant rotting marine carcass mystifies villagers in Indonesia. Residents of Seram Island in Indonesia's Maluku province on May 9th discovered the enormous putrid rotting carcass of a marine animal. The advanced decay of the 15-meter long, 8-meter wide object had people stumped as to what exactly this thing was until now. Given its flat, elongated shape and the appearance of long, thin tendrils, locals speculated it could be a giant squid or some kind of cuttlefish. However, on closer examination, those tentacles turned out to be nothing of the sort. A government fisheries worker poured cold water over the squid theory. Turns out intestines and fat spilling from one end of the carcass splayed out into shapes, making it resemble something like a squid, say investigators. Given its size, shape, and other telltale features, officials say the stinking mass of rotting flesh is the carcass of nothing more mysterious than a whale. It's not known yet exactly which species of whale this is, but the large tusk-like bone visible above the water appears to be part of the jaw of a baleen whale. These whales feed using baleen plates which filter food from the seawater. Fisheries workers took samples of the animal's skin and bones so they can try and determine its age.